Charlene missed 3 days of school last week on account of the flu. She comes home after her first day back, and I say, so, what did you miss? And she says, Daphne put a condom on a banana.
I hear Landon listening to Eminem on his computer, and as I walk into the room, I hear the word clitoris.
So I say, was this at lunch?
So I think, is this a teachable moment?
She says, Ma, don't be stupid. It was sex ed, and I heard the condom broke.
I ask him, do you know what a clitoris is? He says, maybe.
I take my daughter, Serena, for her first bra fitting, and the woman says we should come back when Serena has something to offer. Those were her words, to offer.
So I ask, did they give her another condom? Did they let her try it again? Just because it broke doesn't mean she shouldn't use one. And she says, Ma, relax. It was a banana, not a cock. A cock, she says.
How do you explain the source of a woman's sexual pleasure to a 12-year-old boy?
So I pull this jerk saleswoman aside and I say, honey, I know they're small, but she's only 11. Can you show a little enthusiasm?
So I go buy a bunch of bananas and a package of condoms.
So I do 5 minutes on clitorises, making sure to mention all 8,000 nerve endings. And when I'm done, he says, okay, thanks, you can leave.
Trojans are on special 2 for 1.
I don't care. These work, right?
I tell the saleswoman, I'll pay you whatever you want. Just make her feel good about her breasts. They're little, they're perky, they're great. Say it. Say they're great.
They're great, but a lot of women tell me they like the twisted pleasure or fire and ice ones.
It's for a banana.
What you've got is fine.
Finally, this woman digs out of the back of a drawer this little padded bra the size of a postage stamp and gives it to Serena, and her face lights up like a light bulb.
While Charlene is in the shower, I leave 1 banana and 2 condoms on her desk.
As I leave the room, I hear him call his friend Andy and say, hey, don't play any Eminem at home. Never, ever.
Charlene is still in the shower when Amanda, my 10-year-old, comes out of Charlene's bedroom eating the banana. She hands me the condoms and says, I think these are Dad's. I pick up Sammy at Lois Baum's house. He plays with her daughter Amy on Thursdays when I work late. And as he's putting on his boots, Lois pulls me aside and says, you know, Purim's in a couple of weeks, and the kids want to get dressed up in costumes for the Megillah reading at Temple. I say, oh, great, we'll have to get something. And she says, listen, I don't know how to tell you this, but your son already has something in mind. He wants to go as Queen Esther. He told me he wants to wear a wedding dress. Look, she says, we don't know each other very well, but I love my pediatrician, and he might be very good for you right now. He's very empathic. She hands me a piece of paper with the doctor's telephone number on it, and Sammy and I leave. When Sammy was 3, he wanted a Cinderella dress from the Disney store. It was 2 shades of blue with a little cap sleeve. We told the sales clerk it was a birthday present for a little girl in his class, but when we got home, he put it on. He wore it every night for 3 weeks, and then I shredded it in the washing machine. He never mentioned the dress again, and neither did I. When he was 5, my mother bought him a Buzz Lightyear costume for Halloween. He begged me to take it back and buy him a Sleeping Beauty dress. I couldn't. All this time, Sammy's father is trying to find Sammy a sport. Every other weekend, he's all over Sammy. This is how you throw a football. This is how you hit a forehand. This is how you dribble a basketball. Sammy's coming home with a broken finger, twisted ankle, bloody nose, but the kid never complains. I call Sammy's father and ask if he can tone down the ESPN lesson, but he laughs at me. He likes it, he says. He's going to be the next Derek Jeter. And I think, sure, if Derek Jeter likes to wear a little black dress and pearls.
Mom, is there anything that I should know that maybe I haven't thought about? Wrong move. Close your ears, Joey. You too, son-in-law. Close them. Okay, honey, here goes. Men like to pause at the doorway, not fall through it. So whatever you do, get that little doorway tight again. Swaddle the little precious, but there's a bigger precious that needs swaddling too, if you know what I mean. Tight, if you know what I mean. It's simple, dear. Squeeze, hold, release. That's what mothers do every day, all day long. Squeeze, hold, release. 4 kids, and 45 years later, I could still hold a dumbbell up there for an hour if I had to. Got a bladder like a steel drum. Now that's what you call a mother that's still a woman. That's it. My husband decides my sanity has been held hostage long enough. He finally gets Mom to put 2 feet in his car and whisks her and Dad off to the airport, leaving me standing there waving, feeling lonelier than I have in my whole life. Bye-bye, Mom. Bye-bye. Wishing, yes, wishing I could call her back. But I can't. So guess what I find myself doing? Squeeze, hold, release.
Oh, hi. This bench taken? Cool. Oh, put it down, Harry. Down, babe. The tricycle is a means of transportation. He's 3. Everything's a penis. God, I hate the park. If anyone had told me I'd be sentenced to 5 to 10 years in the park, I'd have stuck with a cat. Oh, this is Clove, by the way. All right, it's not Clove, but it's the park. See, the park for me is like Dante's Purgatory. Not Dante's Inferno. That'd be exciting. Meet lots of interesting people. But I mean, day after day of whose turn is it on the swing? Couldn't we just let him duke it out? I mean, I used to go to an office building. You know, a building. I was a type A personality. Okay, B-, but still. Look, I know he's a boy. I read The Dangerous Book for Boys. You gotta take him outside. You can't let them play Scrabble to throw the pieces at the cat and they won't miss because they're boys. And you can't just let his dad take him to the park because, hey, where was Mom? Working? He'd be in therapy the rest of his life. Harry, no. Honey, put the little girl down. Put her down, babe. Put her down and use your words. Not those words. Hey, remind me to cancel Showtime.
Unbelievable. First words out of his mouth. Have you been a good girl for Mommy? Why am I surprised? They all say it. Waitresses, salespeople. Where's your mommy? Is Daddy giving Mommy a break? Why should Santa be any different? But instead of pretending I didn't hear him, I turn to him and yell, "Hey, fat boy, she doesn't have a mother." Okay, actually, I say nothing. I've got this thing with confrontation. I once had to see a therapist to help me break up with my other therapist. And besides, I never asked to be the poster boy for gay parenting. I just wanted a child. Growing up, it was never a question I'd get married and have a family. It wasn't till I was 12 and my father couldn't get us tickets to Annie and I started hyperventilating on the kitchen floor that it became clear that I probably wouldn't be marrying a woman. When my partner Steve and I decided to take the leap into parenthood, we'd been together 8 years. That's like 56 in hetero time. Our gay friends reacted in their typical low-key demeanor. A baby? What are you thinking? You own a suede sofa from Armani Casa. Our straight folks were also supportive in their way. Isn't it hard enough to raise a child in a normal family? We crossed her off the godmother list.